Most of my clients who come to see me, Anna, they come in with a physical problem, but I make it very clear that to work with me, it's going to be a whole holistic process. So I actually spend a lot of the consult, as well as taking their case history and their symptoms, also look at their lifestyle. Because as sure as anything, there's things happening in their lifestyle that is pushing this or making this hard for them to make the changes they need. Because sometimes we can take all the pills under the sun, which will give some relief from the symptoms, but unless we want to keep taking pills the rest of our days, then I don't believe we're made to do that. Don't believe we're here to be taking pills and potions and supplements forever. Unless we do the tweaks in our lifestyle, there's a good chance we're not going to be able to reach that point of balance within our life and physically within us, and also that mental emotional balance to create good health on the physical level.
So what can people expect if they're coming and working with you, or someone with the qualifications like you, in terms of their getting their health back on track?
Okay, well, there's two main areas I first start working with, and that's the digestion and their stress levels. Because what I've observed over the years, time and time again, is that once we get those settled down, usually they're directly impacting the symptoms they're presenting with, and if not directly, it's there in that chain reaction of things happening behind the scenes biochemically. So basically, once we get our stress and digestion settled down, so many other conditions settle down also.
Do you know, I can really relate to that, because I had an issue of candida for, oh gosh, I reckon it was at least 15 years. So I've starved myself, taken every supplement, and it wasn't until I actually had the awareness that it was a stress. It was related to stress. It wasn't what I was putting in my mouth. It was actually related to stress, and in particular a memory from my childhood, or what I perceived my childhood was about. And once I got that, like, I eat whatever I want to eat now, because it's got nothing to do with the food.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's got to be doing it. You know, everything that was happening in my digestion was a stressor, but it was really an emotional stressor. I mean, do you see that happening too with people?
Yes.
That there's a cause?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, even a simple issue like digestion, which obviously occurs in our stomach, but it also relates to an energy center once we're getting onto the spiritual qualities, which it has many qualities. It looks after many aspects of our life, including our food, our home, our work, travel, study, all that sort of thing. So if people cannot digest food, another question to ask oneself, instead of hassling and stressing over food, obviously that has to be addressed and dealt with, but the other issue is, what is it in your life you can't digest?
Oh, wow. That's a good one, isn't it?
And usually it opens a can of worms, and I have I just ask little simple questions, and see my tissue box over there. It gets a good workout, because often I do is just ask a key question, and the person's been pushing it down for so long.
Yes.
And I suppose we all run on intuition too. You know, I sort of know where we need to go, and depending on the person sitting in front of me, I know whether I jump in at the first consult or just lead up to it down the track. You know, just only do what's doable for each person. And that's another thing that I feel is really important about natural health, as well as realising if we don't look after ourselves, we can't look after everyone else and fulfil all our responsibilities. So that self-care is so important. But the other part is we have to adapt our changes to the person that's doing them, because we're all different. All our circumstances are different. And so I never prescribe the same for anyone, or even if I'm prescribing the same product for different people, I may get them to take it completely different ways, depending on their lifestyle routine, what's doable for them. Also depending on their degree of vitality or toxicity, because if their vitality is low, they may need a huge boost of nutrition. If their toxicity is high, we may need to go very low and slow with any supplements that may stir up their liver or support their liver, which then will support removing toxins, which then can be a bit of a stir up if someone is very depleted.
Right, so it's a real, it's really nourishing and nurturing and empowering.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm hearing. And, and it again, because this statement is about personal responsibility, what I hear you saying is that you're really assisting someone in being responsible for their own health on all levels. They're actually their beingness.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Every now and again I'll remind someone that I'm just a signpost, because sometimes I get very thankful towards me. I go, no, you've done all the work.